What does Britney Spears have to do with NATO's largest air exercise of the year? That is not a question I ever expected to ask in this job. But the answer is that some of her music has been used to jam aircraft by the teams tasked with playing the enemy during Exercise Ramstein Flag in the Netherlands. More than 90 aircraft from across NATO were being tested on their warfighting skills. And this business jet was transformed into an electronic warfare aircraft. It's crewed by EW experts, and they had a very specific playlist ready for the personnel involved.
We have been known to break into their communications network with the occasional popular music choice. I think we've been supplying Britney Spears to the French, techno to the Dutch, and I think it was Seven Nation Army to the Germans.
And how's that gone down?
Supremely well, as you can imagine. But the purpose of the exercise really is to degrade the environment so that they can experience what it's like to have your communications jammed. So that when it happens for real, they're familiar with the concept.
I may have heard a little bit of pop music over the course of the last week. Yes.
What were any tunes you recognised?
No, nothing. You mentioned Britney Spears. I haven't heard Britney Spears, but maybe that may have happened. I don't know.
Interfering with communications is a normal part of training scenarios like these.
There is jamming as an integral part of the exercise, and which is also something you would meet in a real-life scenario. So that becomes a normal part of the exercise.
And what have you heard has been used this week? We've heard like pop music has been used. Have you guys been up against that?
No, I don't know, to be honest, but that's very much possible. It's quite common that you play music to jam the frequencies.
Jamming aircraft or general radio broadcasts on the ground is nothing new. It's been going on for decades, especially during the Cold War. Militaries are always working on how they can defend themselves against electronic warfare and to use it effectively. In 2024, an RAF plane carrying the then Defence Secretary Grant Shapps had its GPS signal jammed while flying close to Russian territory. Back in 2014, there was a report in Ukraine claiming that Russia had been broadcasting propaganda to local people over loudspeakers, and that the Ukrainian troops responded by blasting back the music of American pop singer Cher. And earlier this year, there were reports they even used other sound effects to try and lure Russian troops out of hiding. They were playing recordings of cats meowing to draw them out. Justin Bieber tracks have been used on loop to break down detainees in Guantanamo Bay. Barney the Dinosaur, Sesame Street and Metallica tracks were used on prisoners held in Iraq during the Second Gulf War by the US's Psychological Operations Company, who said the aim was to break a prisoner's resistance through sleep deprivation and playing music that was culturally offensive to them. On the 25th of December 1989, Panamanian dictator Manuel Noriega sought refuge in the Vatican's embassy in Panama. General Mad Max Thurman ordered construction of a musical barrier around the embassy. Constant barrages of sound played from the speakers of encircling US Army Humvees. He was blasted with tunes by Guns N' Roses and Twisted Sister before surrendering. Back to the Netherlands and the Britney Spears playlist jamming, there's an important point to be made that the success of any force can be quickly compromised by an enemy who has the ability to manipulate the electronic warfare spectrum. Or, put simply, if these tactics aren't on your radar, they soon will be and will drive you crazy. And if you're not overprotected or stronger, it can be toxic. I'll stop there before I have to say, oops, I did it again. Thanks for watching. For more from BFBS Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.